All right, and welcome to the Clear as Mud podcast. I'm your host, River. Today I'm joined by Seth.
Hello. Hello.
And Gigi Hearts.
Hi.
And sliding in, I don't know how he managed to do this once again, but also today we're joined by the one and only Nerdy John. How you doing, Nerdy?
I'm doing well. I'm doing swell. And, I think I'm going to go get some menudo after the show.
Menudo.
Yeah, I wish you would. Would you
Menudo.
go get you some menudo?
Why are you appropriating culture right now?
Because
I'm a white man. That's what I do.
Exactly. He has no culture. White people don't have culture. Don't you know that?
They got culture. Okay,
I'll have you know, gingers have culture. Okay.
Gingers have no soul. No soul equates no culture. Nerdy, this.
They got White Claw. They White Claw.
White Claw.
wait, White Claw. I'll have you know we got the Tennessee whiskey and the moonshine. All right.
God.
George.
Anyway. All right. So, Gigi, you had put in there that you wanted to try a little brief segment at the beginning of each one of the podcasts. Now, I personally don't sign into this hippy dippy bullshit, but it is. This is not a totalitarian dictatorship here. So, you want to try this? We'll try this. We'll see how the audience likes it, takes it, what have you. And so I will let you start it off. And so, what it was that you wanted to call this segment?
The Rose and the Thorn.
Okay.
Yeah, so super cheesy. You definitely do this a lot in technical circles, but you just talk about during the past week, what was your rose and what was your thorn? Your rose being the positive thing that happened in the week that like made your week a little bit better, and the thorn being that thing in your week that really made your week worse for whatever reason. And I think it's just a good way to kind of, keep things in perspective as we talk about our nonsense.
Okay. So kick it off.
You start it off.
Yeah, start off. What is your rose and thorn?
So my thorn of this week is that I've learned that one of my dogs has kidney stones.
Okay.
I learned that yesterday. So no real information other than she's going to have surgery soon to have them removed. Okay. But I know people who have kidney stones, and I just feel really bad for her because she's,
What is
she
that
can't.
T-shirt?
He's just supporting the goth mommy stuff.
Dude, that's my thorn.
So that would be my thorn of the week. My rose of the week, actually, I don't know if I'm ready to share this. Today's my 1 month anniversary with my boyfriend. And that would be my rose.
Congratulations.
So,
Very nice.
I don't really like putting my business out there like that, but he's a good one, and I'm really happy.
Cheers,
So,
cheers.
And I will toss it over to you, Seth. Give us your rose and your thorn.
My rose would probably be that I signed the lease for a new apartment, which means that I get to walk away from having like a fucking 6 feet fucking like bedroom and upgrade to like a 21. So that's gonna be huge for me.
Wow! I saw that.
The thorn is I'm gonna have to clean my whole apartment now and box everything up and move.
Well, that is the thing about moving. That's why I hate moving. And actually, speaking of shirts, look what I got.
Oh, you got a coffee peepaw. You got one of the tank top. Is that one of the what they call the razorbacks, or is that just a regular tank top?
So here's the thing. I thought I ordered the women's one, but I really feel like the cut looks like a men's one, and it's fine because I'm gonna wear this as a crop top anyway. Okay. But I think I got one of the men's.
Oh.
Yeah. This seems a little larger than I expected, but I'm really happy with it. It's really soft.
Okay.
And I'm happy to be representing.
Awesome.
Yeah, I got the mug. Too.
You got the mug.
Oh, I got the sticker too. The sticker's pretty cute. I don't know where I put it though.
Oh. Okay, so Seth, you said your thorn was having to move, right, and having to clean.
Having to clean.
So what's the rose?
The
Get a new apartment.
I signed it.
Oh, so
I'm
it's the
gonna move
same
into the big
thing.
apartment.
It's kind of the same thing. I'm actually kind of shocked and actually a little bit disappointed that you didn't mention your new budding romance in Minecraft.
Well,
That's
you
true.
know, that's not special for me. I got women in all corners of the world, people. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that your new romance is just another dime a dozen e-girl.
Well, we'll see.
E-girl
We'll
is
see.
what you said, just another e-girl that you
It's just
added to
another
your
one of my many e-girls. Yes.
It's another goth mommy.
Yeah, we need to figure out a name for my harem
Oh
of e-girls.
no.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
All right, so nerdy.
I'm leaning towards Seth Sluts.
That's a good name. I like that.
Yeah.
Very,
I like
very
that.
direct.
Yes, very direct. What about you,
The
nerdy?
Seth stable, as someone said.
No.
So what's your rose
I
and
wasn't
thorn
ready-
this week?
I wasn't ready for this white woman BS.
Well, first of
I
all,
was ready and I
Gigi
came up with it.
Gigi is Puerto Rican, and this is originating with
It's
her.
white woman in practice, okay?
Oh,
Excuse
God.
This idea is white woman practice.
Oh my God, no.
So, oh my
I
God,
was-
I'm gonna have to say my rose was
nerdy.
I got
I was able
paid.
to pull shit out of my ass. I did not know we were having this segment. Just play along.
Seriously.
my rose is I got paid this week.
Wow,
And
you're
then-
bored.
Nice.
Yeah. And then my thorn is I had to be here. Oh, I'm kidding.
Well, there's a solution to that, big boy.
Oh no.
You're gonna get the boop boop. All right. So my thorn and rose is it is the same thing, right? So Friday night, Kay Huck had asked me to be on her. She wanted to do a stream with me, want to have a conversation with me, so I did. Had a blast. Kind of let a side of me out that I don't let out too often because
Oh no. You
Because-
let that animal out, that dog out.
well, the sassy side of me.
Got that dog in him.
I kind of keep the sassy side of me kind of under wraps, especially of a morning because I feel like sassy just doesn't go well with coffee of a morning. Everyone's just trying to get going, but of an evening, I'm a little bit. I let that dog hunt as it will, and so I let the sassy side out. I had a really good time with K Huck and everything. There's one little problem. Her conversation with DMax still has more views than mine. And I'm gonna be honest with you,
Oh.
it's got me a little bit feeling some ways. Cause I really feel like and I think kinda, if I'm not mistaken, DMax kind of, I don't know what you call it, he kind of snaked me a little bit because he even came into my conversation with K-Huck and tried to kind of like, I don't know, derail me, I guess, in a way, and kind of bird dog
He
a little bit.
sabotaged. you.
Yeah, sabotage.
Are
Yeah.
you saying DMax is too much for you to handle?
DMax is not too much for me to handle. I just personally thought it was a little bit rude for him just to pop in like that. When K Huck and I were having a very pleasant
You should have
conversation.
handed him over to me when you had the chance, people.
I tried. You weren't woman enough to take him.
I was just respectful, bro code. and
Well,
all.
do I need to show DMs?
When have you
No, don't
respected
show
the
DMs.
bro code?
Yeah, exactly. You don't want me showing the DMs how you was in my DMs bragging about how you were going to
I
take
just
him.
don't think it's. Hey,
And I
listen,
said,
just don't
take him,
think it's-
take him. And then you
I just don't-
couldn't seal the deal. It's okay.
Dude, I'm just, I'm still in DMax's DMs every once in a while. You know
I
what
wish
I'm
you would get all up in them and stay there. So,
saying? Oh,
speaking,
Trying to figure out what the D in DMax means.
yeah,
you still got that dog in you right now.
I got the dog. Well, you ain't seen nothing yet. All right, so let's get into this. So, as we covered, was it last like a week ago Thursday or something like that, I think it was. Turkey Tom put out a video on Tipster, and if you waited around to the end of the video, there was a nice little surprise there. He did an old-fashioned YouTuber diss track on Tipster. Now, when it came out and everything, Tipster was like, not gonna lie, that track slaps, and he seemed to be taking it well and kind of running with it or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that was before Queen Keffals got a hold of him and got him lined out, because she had to explain to him how, Tipster, this is not the way, this is not how we do it over here. And so, she took him to the old proverbial woodshed, spanked his little bottom red and got him lined out and got him back onto Team Keffals and how we do things. So, they did a video. It's about a 30-minute video or so with her and Tipster, Keffals Tipsters, and I don't know, somebody.
Xanderhall.
Yeah, somebody names. I don't even know who's.
He's basically he's Diet Destiny. If any of you guys are aware of him, he came on the scene and was like, guys, it was Minecraft that turned me into the alt-right, and then it was only by the grace of Demon Mama and Destiny that I got saved.
Wasn't he also the one that levied some pretty heavily charged false accusations of another creator by the name of what was his
Extreme
name?
Dad?
Extreme Dad. That
yes, he was him and Vosh. Yeah,
Extreme Dad, to be fair, wasn't really a creator. He called into Tommy's show.
He's a special little guy that.
So he's an orbiter. He's an orbiter then.
He's kind of an orbiter, yeah.
Orbiter, a bit of a fan. No, was a content creator, just a fan. Kind of.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
fine.
Kind of, yeah. But allegedly, he also they levied these false accusations, probably knowing they were false, and Extreme Dad lost his family allegedly.
Really?
But because they viewed him as a Nazi, it was okay to do.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, but here's the thing,
I
right?
don't know who any of these people are, for the record. I've never heard of these people.
Well, you're probably better off not knowing.
Oh, you sweet summer child.
There's a clip in here that we're going to listen to. And by the way, big, huge hats off to Maggot. Maggot Edits clipped the ever-living hell out of this thing and made it a lot easier for me, for us to digest.
Flipping God.
She is. She is phenomenal.
Yay.
And shout out to Maggot Edits.
Maggot's cool. What she wants to get impaled by a side. She's really cool.
Oh, now let's not go there. I think she's had enough torment on that. So,
sorry, Maggot.
Oh, you're in her. Oh, I seen that emoji, John. You're not in a good place with her right now.
I'm about to get canceled.
All right. So, back, I'm going to say, has it been a year? Yeah, it has, probably about a year ago or so. There was this flash in the pan creator by the name of Salvo Pancakes that was doing this kind of this all-star come together like game show type thing. And on this game show, I happened to actually be a contestant one night. And
you were partnered up with Peanut, right?
Yes, we did quite well. We actually beat Jalen and
well, I mean, it's pretty easy to beat Jalen.
Well,
hey.
I don't remember who her partner was that night, but
That's my woman.
We beat her. We beat her in the first round. Went on into the second round.
Listen,
but anyway,
protected class.
Listen here, Seth. She might be your girlfriend, but I'm the ultimate chaser. Okay.
Okay, bro.
Tipster pales in comparison to me.
You are not that guy. Trust me, pal. You are not that guy.
Nerdy, I would like to remind you that you are a guest on this show, and Seth is a proper co-host, and therefore
you better square up right now.
Okay.
Hey, I was the very first caller for Clear as Mud. Okay.
Okay, well, how about I make you the last caller ever? Take this motherfucker.
All right, that's all right. Everybody put their penises away and quit waving around how big they are. So anyway, so on that show, due to some alleged finagling in the background, they got Tipster and his partner that night, which was Bo Blacks, to go up against Mudahar and his then girlfriend, Dojangles. And now wife. And they kind of had a...
He got married? Ooh.
Yeah, it's really nice, really wholesome.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very wholesome.
Yeah. So anyway, they kind of went back and forth. But during that show that night, they kind of had this blood sports section, and Dojangles came with information saying that Tipster had tried for like over a very extended period of time to try to get Dojangles' attention. He would follow, unfollow, follow, unfollow, follow, unfollow, which of course anyone that has a Twitter account knows that when you get a follow, it sends you a notification that says, hey, such and such followed you, right?
Remember, the new name now is X. We gotta start using the proper name.
What do you mean X? What do you mean talking about what? Huh?
Have you not
rebranding
seen
Twitter?
Yeah. To X.
Okay, I don't give a shit. Whatever. But in this stream, or during that stream they did the other night, sorry, not stream, the video that they did the other night. This conversation, this is clipped by Chris. This one actually is coming from Kristen Ark. But Dojango said, looks like someone is scared to tell his queen the truth. I told y'all over a year ago, bro lies so goddamn much. LMAO. And so here is where Keffals is asking Tipster, why was there beef between him and Dojangles and Mudahar?
How did Mudahar own you? I was really confused about this line.
I know that like Mudahar's like wife like really dislikes me. I think what it comes down to is like I got into a fight with like one of her friends, and so she just like hates me after that. So maybe it has something to do with that. I'm not really sure.
I gotta
I'm not too sure.
You know, these people really channel that A-log energy from.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. After all, it's not like I had an hour-long debate with this person, right? I'm not sure why they hate me.
Yeah. But you know, she was very clear about it that night. Sadly, all that content's gone. But I remember being there and watching and hearing all this going. I was like, holy crap, right? Because and it wasn't just Dojangles that he was doing it to. It was another girl too that he was going back and forth. So
Paige the Panda, specifically.
Yeah.
He not only would he do
Paige
this.
the Panda?
Yeah. Dojangles was
Like
friends with Paige the Panda.
The girl from Lion Maker, yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
she's still alive? I mean,
Wow.
Like,
Wow,
she's still
Seth.
around?
Wow. Yeah, he even like tracked her down to her Facebook and tried like messaging her on there.
what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was a you can't be doing that to a victim of like fucking
Yeah.
okay, come on, bro. That's fucked up. Wait, Tipster does that?
Yeah. Allegedly.
Dude.
Allegedly.
Oh my allegedly allegedly Tipster, you should probably end your whole shit, allegedly.
Whoa. In Minecraft.
Just quoting the song, obviously.
Yeah. This
No, because Keffals said that all YouTubers should kill themselves, like in this video, I believe. So it's fine. That's how we all talk.
She
to each other.
did?
Well, what she said is she believes that they should be drug out of their homes and beat with a hammer.
Slaughtered in the street. Yeah. Something like that.
What brought this on?
Well,
I hope it was
Because,
a joke.
Honestly, based alert.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that. But so here's the next little clip. So this is kind of interesting here. Listen to what she has to say about Keemstar.
Well, this seems to be like from the heart. You know, this is a passion project. I'm talking about like broadly because I see deranged posts about.
It's also funny why are you using Discord? You're 30 years old and calling Tipster creepy. And then Turkey Tom is also like hanging out in person with motherfucking Keemstar, who's in his 40s and dating people who are like 18.
True.
By the way, Brantley's not 18.
Yeah, like,
she's 21.
Yeah,
Well,
first of all, that. But I think it is weird. Can I say I was also, when Keemstar first started dating Brantley, I fully side-eyed that whole thing also. But I also think, like, are you talking about the same thing when these people are all creators? Like, is it weird that Seth and I are on this podcast with Peepaw then? Because he's of a different generation than we are? Like, that seems... Like, what are you saying with that?
Well,
statement?
all right.
It's
We're
very
gonna need the
weird.
DM history.
Okay, so hang on. Just to be completely and totally as fair as possible on this, there was a young lady that Keemstar dated prior to Brantley, and I believe
That's
she
true.
was
I do remember
18.
that.
So she could be referencing that. I don't know. I will give... That's about as much grace as I...
She's very clearly referencing Brantley here, though.
Well,
I
what
don't
I'm going to
know,
say
I-
this
I-
is I'm going to give her a little bit of grace, but not a whole lot, because here's still the bottom
benefit of
line.
the doubt.
I don't give a flying fuck on a Friday if someone is 50 years old and dating someone who's 18. Would I do that? No. But I don't, again, it's not me. I don't understand the problem. The person is 18, they're an adult in the eyes of the law. They're able to make adult decisions. If they want to date someone who's 50, if they want to make babies with someone who's 50, what is that of our business? It's zero of our business. Is it strange or a little bit weird to me? Yeah, it's a little strange. It's a little bit weird because I don't see how a 50-year-old person or even a 40-something-year-old person necessarily would have a conversation with a person who is in their early 20s. But guess what? My dad's dad, right, was like in his late 50s, and my grandmother, right, was in her 20s, right? So, and he went on to father two kids with her. So, I mean, it's not unheard of. So I'm not going to just say...
I mean, I'm gonna be completely like honest here. Okay, like my parents have an age gap of about 12 years, right?
Okay, yeah.
And she was like 18 at the time.
Yeah.
I think maybe 17 actually. Not too good, but like they've been together for a long time now, and they have good conversations, and they love each other.
Yeah.
So I think it's
You know,
a lot of the time it's on a like personal basis, you gotta like figure out, is this okay or not?
Yeah.
Obviously,
You know what I
nothing
think it
illegal
is?
ever okay, but you know.
You know what
Still
I think it
gotta
is? I
figure it
think
out.
everyone's just trying to ruin Brantley's bag, okay? We all see the game that Brantley's
Seriously.
trying to play here. Brantley, she knows where the money
Let
is,
Brantley
okay?
get her
She
bag.
knows.
It ain't
Okay,
about
as soon
the
as-
bag, bro. It
as
is
soon as
not about the
Keem
bag.
puts that-
Brantley loves
Yeah.
this motherfucker. Okay, this,
No.
I know.
Okay,
It's
okay,
really
she's
clear,
playing.
but that's the
She's
case.
playing the ultimate game of gay ops. Okay, as soon as Keem slips that ring on her finger,
fuck, Nerdy John. I hope
no.
you go out to your garden and you find a really tall tree, and I hope you
Yeah.
have a little noose and
Yeah.
tie it
Oh,
around your neck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Seth. All right,
Oh
rein
my
it in,
God.
Seth. So, listen, here's the deal.
Sorry?
I there are definitely young ladies out there that 100% are in it for the bag. I will say this, everything that I have seen from, and conversations and stories even, that Daniel and Brantley have shared, this is not the situation at all. They have a mutual respect and love for each other. And if they make each other happy, then all I can say is we should say, hey, we're glad that you found someone that made you happy. Wish them the best, and really keep our noses out of it, because it's none of our damn business at the end of the
nerdy.
day. So anyway,
But
that's...
also, can we just point out that, like, he's saying that Keemstar's being a creeper, but this is all happening out in the open. Keemstar's been dating Brantley. Everyone
No.
knew when he dated that 18-year-old.
Also,
Tipster's
too-
in the DMs.
yeah.
Oh no! Also, too, this is the thing. if you remember, Tipster was one of the most adamant defenders of
100%.
Keem's relationship.
100%.
Even with the like Peepaw mentioned
true.
the first girl, he was defending that tooth and nail.
Yep.
You want to know why he stopped defending Keemstar? It's not just that he switched communities. His justification for it was because, well, people started calling me a creep for the lolly situation, so I might as well call Keem a creep, even though Keem basically had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yep. So let's listen to the rest of this segment.
Yeah, true.
It's like, okay, so why is it?
Hang on, let me back this up because here now Tipster's totally done a about face, a 180, and listen to what he says when Keffals makes this statement.
True. I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah,
but
like-
yeah, true.
It's like, okay, so why is it that Keemstar gets the pass when it's like he looks like a sex offender?
Oh my
Bro?
god.
Ain't no
I
way
remember
she's just flipped that.
Yeah, and
That's
keep in
hilarious.
mind, correct me if I'm wrong, guys,
Mhm.
but did Tipster, did he not receive a lewd image from a certain e-girl while he's currently married? Did he or didn't he not receive a lewd image while he's in a relationship?
Yes, he did receive a photograph that that he then turned around and forwarded on to Hannah, the animal Hannah Clark, and so
say what you
I'm
will
starting-
about
I'm starting
the age
to
gap
think
dating.
after
I would say
this
that's a lot
conversation,
creepier.
Okay, I'm starting to think that Keffals is secretly very based.
why?
Because she's
No.
fucking saying funny shit. Like she's like, dude, he
But here
looks like a
she's-
sex offender.
She's base like she pretends to be like a funny based memer until like she needs to play like social victim, a social activist. Then she's like, oh my god, how can you say such horrible
Yeah, but that's
things
funny
about
though.
people?
That's fucking
Okay,
funny. Like
so-
imagine if I stabbed someone and I was like, oh wait, it's my birthday, guys, don't arrest me. Right?
So hang on,
That'd be hilarious.
hang on. So her accusing Keemstar, hang on, she called him, what was it? Hang on here, what's she?
He
He
said
looks
he
like a
looks
sex
like a sex
offender.
offender.
A sex offender. So she accuses Keemstar being a sex offender. That's
No.
That's base?
She's saying he looks like one.
okay. So if you're saying he looks like one, then that means you're saying he's a sex offender.
No,
Or am
no,
I-
you can look like a sex offender without being one. You could say I look like Ted Bundy. Would that make me look like Ted Bundy?
But what does that mean? Who,
But you're-
what does a sex offender look like? I'm confused.
Like Keemstar.
Okay,
We
but
all
hang
have
on.
an image in our
Hang
head.
on. Maybe I'm being too literal here. And if I am, okay, fine. But if you're going to sit there and say to me, this person looks like a sex offender, then to me, you're saying that the person looks like a sex offender, which means that they are a sex offender, that they are doing vile things, right? It's not to me. It's not the equivalent of saying, "Oh, this guy looks like a clown," or "This guy looks like Bozo the clown." To me, it means just okay. He looks goofy. He looks whatever, right? But when you equate them to something as horrible as a sex offender, that's a whole nother thing. I don't find that. Maybe it's just me, but I don't find that shit humorous.
I find it humorous.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I've called people worse.
Yeah.
Okay, but I know this is like probably too serious of a point, but I really want to rally against the idea that a sex offender looks like any particular thing, right? Like it could be anybody. That's the problem,
I mean,
right?
we
So-
all have an image of our head what one looks like. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
We all got an image. You're thinking of one right now.
So one
I'm
of the
thinking
things
of the van.
yeah.
I'll say that.
yeah,
I
one
definitely
the-
think of the
yeah,
van for some reason.
with
I
Cam-
think of
with
that
Cam
motherfucker
inside
from
of it.
the
Yeah.
you know the movie Lovely Bones? That's what I'm thinking of.
No. So Maggot brings up a pretty good point here. She says, I'm pretty sure Keemstar is not on Discord at the same frequency as Tipster. Not to mention, he's not up to 3 a.m. in the morning talking to random e-horrors on Discord either, in my opinion. And again, I don't want to hear shit about people calling Tipster a lolly defender when he's okay with the shit Keffals says about Keemstar. And I'd like to remind everyone once again that Tipster has adamantly defended Keem and Brantley's relationship in the past. It wasn't until he became friends with Keffals that his opinion changed. This is so pathetic. Tipster, you're such a fat fucking retard loser. Holy shit, this man is not capable of having his own thoughts and opinions.
Maggot gets to have her slurs read out, but I get to be reined back. This is unfair.
Well,
but I will say this: Maggot is on point.
What slur did I say or read out? What slur was it that I read out? The
retard is a
the R one. Yeah.
No.
Yes, it is.
No, I disagree.
Well, you can disagree all you want, Peepa, but it's a slur.
I'm sorry.
It's okay to say it.
Calling somebody retarded versus calling someone an F slur or a N slur or something like that. I'm sorry, I don't think it hits on the same level.
Oh, you can call someone the slur for Italians, and it obviously it's going to hit way less than the slur for a certain group of people we're all thinking about. But hey, a slur is still a slur,
What is okay? All right. So I think didn't we already do that one? Maybe, or was this?
Oh, no. It was. We didn't do that one yet. No.
Okay, hang on. Let's listen to what they say here.
Okay, so how did Mudahar own you?
No, we watched.
Oh wait, yeah.
So that's just a little bit extended.
I had a question about this.
Yeah.
I had
okay,
this
go.
question.
All right.
How did Mudahar own him? Because he says he didn't really own me, and I was like, wait, I know that it happened, but what was
so-
the
You
story?
can't see it because Salvo's channel is deleted.
Yeah.
Oh,
If we're
right.
talking about in how basically he owned him on Twitter, technically, let's see. Tipster basically called Dojangles a pick me, and Muda replied to him being like, well, I picked them pretty well. And so, that was basic, and plus that kind of made the relationship public too.
Yeah,
and so
I will just
went
say
downhill
this,
from
okay?
there.
Dojangles, I'm in love with that woman.
Okay, let's be honest. Seth, you're in love with every woman that's out here.
That's not true. That's not true. I have certain women I hate, despise.
Name. Okay. All right. Give me. I'll be. You said women plural. I'll be generous. 2. Name 2 that
Okay, two women I hate.
Mhm.
Do they have to be from the community?
Yes.
Yes. Has to be
We
people
have to
we
know who they are at least.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to know who they are. Hora and Hellfire. I hate that motherfucker.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I plead the fifth on
Um,
that. I plead the fifth.
And I don't like Keffals. Keffals can suck my nuts.
She's not in the community, but okay.
But
we'll
you
let
also
have
said
that.
Keffals can get it though. You have
Yeah.
said
Yeah, but
that
you can hate fuck someone. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be.
I suppose you can.
It doesn't have
How
to be
is she-
love.
Okay,
there.
if she's not in the community, I see what you're saying. I don't like. Who else?
Or she's about to say, just know
Chanry.
she's there. That's a lie. I don't believe you.
I do not like Chanry.
You love her.
You love
I hate her.
Shannon. No, you don't.
Mm.
You
Oh,
love
Shan. Yeah,
Shannon.
hate
Shan. I
her.
mean, yeah,
hate her.
Shanry is a alleged groomer. So wouldn't be on
Yeah.
anyone's top 10 most liked list.
Also, she's Swedish.
So what's wrong with that?
That's the
Swedish
real
people
reason
are
to
all
dislike her.
disgusting motherfuckers, and I hope literally that every single major city in Sweden gets bombed.
You know
Wow.
what?
Okay.
Can I
you know.
just-
Wait, Seth. I can
Just
correlate what
allow.
Seth is saying because I believe bullies is Swedish.
So
More proof.
can I just point
I
out?
depend on IKEA, so I disavow all of this.
All right. So hang on, Seth. I need you to say something for me again, please.
Mm.
I need you to say the word motherfuckers.
Motherfuckers. Why are you laughing at that?
Your accent when you say motherfuckers.
Listen, I didn't know what that word was until I watched Trailer Park Boys. That's where I learned it.
Oh my god,
hang
you
on.
learned that
Did-
from Trailer Park?
And you picked it up off J-Rock, did you? Because that's how
Yeah, I
he says
did.
it.
I did it.
Oh my god.
That's where I learned all my English.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You chose like the
dying.
worst place to learn it too, Canadians.
Oh god! Jeez, Seth. More focused.
I can't.
Yeah.
This is not okay.
As someone,
Listen
who,
here.
as someone who sometimes pronounces things weird, Canadians sometimes pronounce things weird. It's the truth.
God!
I know that
I-
sometimes you say a boot. About a boot.
A boot.
Oh Lord. Yeah, exactly. Hal's Broccoli says, "How can you use a Newfie accent as a baseline for English?" I don't know, but she did. And not only that, but she picked J-Rock, who was trying to act like a black man on top of that. So,
like this is the disastrous results of
I
this.
picked it up off of all of them, but that's like, you know, he said that word, so it's like that's how I say that word.
Oh well. All right, so this is where it kind of got interesting, and I think the comment actually comes in where she talks about
You know, this was a great chance for you to show off your Funko Pops, but you didn't.
my Funko Pops are right back here. My well, I don't know. You can't hang on here. Let me adjust the camera.
People, you have Funko Pops?
I bought. Yeah,
Has just started.
I got the first. I got the Trailer Park Boys, the Julian, Bubbles, and Ricky Funko. Yeah.
You know, I can't judge too much because as soon as I get my own place, I'm going to start collecting Warhammer figures. So
Dude,
I
you're
can't
so
judge.
cringe.
You better get some money if you're gonna start collecting them sun guns. Them sun bucks are hot,
Seriously.
expensive.
Hey,
I bet you.
hey,
I bet your ass
that's
is
why.
all gonna look shit. This motherfucker can't paint.
Hey.
Yeah. All right. So let's
You're
listen to this.
so mean to me, Seth.
Let's listen to this
Yeah.
next section. This one gets pretty wild here.
Yo did.
I was
And that's
actually
all I can
really
think about.
sad about this because I looked in the comments and then, is it still there? Yeah, Wendigoon is in the reply calling the song fire, and I was like, damn,
Yeah, but it is
Wendigoon, I actually
fire.
liked your.
What's that?
It is fire though.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I thought it
Wait,
was.
Tipster himself said it was fire. So like, what's the
Yeah,
problem?
Yeah,
here.
but he was coping.
But
he
also,
was
like,
coping.
imagine you, like, what she's saying here is basically like, I enjoyed your videos, but I can't watch them anymore because you said a song is fire. Like, come on. Joe.
First of
That's not
all,
true.
Nietzsche, I know that they're not really from Newfoundland, but that's where the sitcom was set, was in Newfoundland. I know they're actually Canadian. I didn't get exposed as being a fake fan.
Wait, isn't it in the, no, it's set in Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
That's not new, is it?
Nova Scotia? Yeah.
Isn't Nova Scotia in Canada?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in Canada, but it's not new. Hold
It's
on.
all the same to me.
I'm gonna look up Nova Scotia right now.
Listen, as far as I know, there's America and not America. So pretty sure that's not America.
Exactly.
So let's listen. Let's not get too derailed on Trailer Park Boys, but maybe that might be a chat for a whole nother time. So anyway, listen to what
Oh, yeah.
they say here.
Videos.
Oh no, I've known. I feel like Keffals. I've got this like tapped in knowledge of what like popular YouTubers tend to have cringe political takes or not, and Wendigoon was one of them that I knew because I watched him go on PKA quite a few times. It's a podcast that I watch, not for their political opinions, but he's like he talks about being like a
I'm
Sunday
glad he
school
clarified
teacher
that.
and his.
Why is that?
Yeah, because you know they might have some takes that don't align with him. So if he hadn't said
And if
that,
he catch if,
they
and
would-
if he
he
gets
would have
ca-
been,
if he gets
you
caught,
know.
caught watching that, they might think he's all right. You know.
yeah, they might think he's all right, and then he's gonna get booted.
Yeah, well.
Is like he vaguely gestures his political positions, and they're very clearly conservative.
That's disappointing. I've been disappointed so much. The
Okay,
more I learn
don't
about
know about that at all.
What's that?
He's a
So I watch-
Sunday
I
school
watch
teacher.
Wendigoon
That's like
quite a
the
lot.
Yeah,
it,
it's a known
He's
thing about
Christian, he's
Wendigoon.
Christian, that's it.
that's like the
Wendigoon
most
is like
quote unquote
super
conservative
gun
he's
guy.
ever. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the most conservative that he is though. Is like he's a Sunday school teacher and he's pro gun.
Yeah, he's Christian. That doesn't automatically make you fucking like right wing.
I don't think he's right wing. I do think he is conservative, but I think I don't know. He's like a progressive conservative. Like he has that mix, but I kind of disagree with, oh, I liked his content, but now that he's conservative, I guess I don't like his content. Like, okay.
Well, especially since
Alright.
like he does do like semi-religious content every now and then, but the vast majority of his content is primarily
like
just
that.
based in the horror
Well,
stuff. So like,
it's
Yeah.
like a lot of horror stuff has, like religious imagery and stuff. So
For sure.
that just like that's why he's good at it as well, is because he can, fish it all out and get it all put together for us that aren't Christian.
And he discloses it. You almost any video I've seen where he brings in the religious aspect of it. In that he says, "I am a Sunday school teacher." Like Wendigoon has
it's
never
not
been
a
like
secret. Yeah,
it's not a secret. So it's weird. It's a weird reaction, just like all the way around.
Oh, you
And
ain't
it's
heard
like,
nothing yet. Listen to the rest of this clip.
YouTubers, the more I realize that, during the revolution, we need to have the Night of Hammers, where all the YouTubers are dragged out of their house and beaten to death with hammers.
Based.
Oh, this is what you were talking about. This is what you were.
So
Okay.
yeah, so if you have any type of conservative or Christian leanings, from my takeaway from that statement is, when they form this new revolution, whatever, they want to drag you out of your houses and basically have, what was the name of that movie series they did?
The Purge.
The Purge. They want to purge all conservative.
I think me and Banana went on this rant one time during a stream. But like all these like pro communist people, they think that they're gonna be the ones high up in the government, dictating what decisions to be made, right? When in reality, the people with actual power are going to like throw them into the mines.
Okay, well,
like
Keffals
is not gonna be like commander in chief. She's gonna be thrown in the mines.
Well, you know what, Nerdy? I think you should be killed and shot on the spot. How about that?
Can I at least get like a
No.
slushie before I die?
Up
Yeah.
against
Can I
the wall,
say,
my
if-
boy.
If the revolution happens, I would like to be taken out early. Like I don't need to get to the part where we're like in camps. Let me die pretty. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna run towards the tanks, and
You're going straight in the gulag, my boy.
Dude,
I
know what I'm going. I'm going straight to Texas because that's gonna be like the last bastion of hope.
Do you know what's interesting to me? Is how we got to we went from for the most part, just a little funny diss track, kind of, basically poking fun at Tipster and some of his antics, to where now we've got Keffals talking about how she wants to pull people out of their homes and bludgeon them to death. I don't know.
You know what? I
Mhm.
support her.
it's so violent.
Exactly.
Like,
That's my
who
point.
thinks
And
this
She's a
way?
violent person.
And I'll just say this, the side that she subscribes to is anti Second Amendment, especially here in the States. Right now there is a really kind of a kerfuffle, for lack of a better word, going on. There was a song that was recently made into a video, and in the video, the artist Jason Aldean was using news clips and stuff from past events that occurred here in the States, riots and so forth. And he makes a statement about, if they tried to do that in small town America, how it wouldn't go over. Like it wouldn't be tolerated because small town America polices its streets, right? We take care of our neighbors. We look out for our neighbors. We are helpful to our neighbors. And, and unfortunately, one of the I think this is horrible, part of living in a big city, a metropolitan type area. You don't really get to know your neighbors. You might know a person or two in the building that you like. If you live in an apartment building, you might get to know a person or two in the building, but the days of knowing your community really, because there's just too many people, right? And so you don't really get to know. And you know, in where I've lived for most of my life and grew up, I know everybody, right? And if someone gets sick or hurt or whatever, you know about it, and the community rallies around them and takes care of them, right? And so, you know, and the whole thing about that's what the song's about. And you know, they're trying to turn around and talk about how it's has racial overturn and all that.
Yeah, pro lynch mobs,
and all this other shit, and that's not what it was about at all. So it's, you know, I don't know. I just don't understand how there's such a huge divide. I mean, you've got the East Coast, you've got the West Coast, which is where the, you know, the major metropolitan areas and stuff live, and people live. The majority of Americans live, and then you've got the people kind of in the middle, and I don't know. They're just kind of like they're going mask off, and they're kind of showing us what they really think about us, and it's not. I don't know.
They're coming for you, people.
Well, they can try. That's all I'll say. They can try. So
Keffals is going to break down your door.
People.
Yeah. What's that, Seth? I'm sorry.
I personally like not knowing people. Like going from a small town to a city has been like the best thing I've ever done in my life. I do not want to walk down the street and have to talk to 4 people.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm with Seth on this one.
Okay. That's
Same.
fine. Okay.
I just said it in the chat, but like sometimes my neighbors are just like, "Hi," and I'm like, "What are you highing me about? Go mind your business." Like I don't know what's it about? What are you greeting me for? What do you need money? Like get out of my face. Like that's how I feel. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You know, I came from like a town with like 200 people, okay, and it's like one night I got really drunk and destroyed a trampoline, and like the next second, like next, you know, week I have to listen and tell the story to like all 200 people that live in that town. Like, no, I don't want to fucking do that. I want to go about my day. You know, living in the city, no one knows what's happening.
That's
well,
what
here's
it is.
Here's a thought too. Maybe don't get drunk and destroy trampolines.
Well,
people, you've never had any fun.
It can't be helped.
Yeah, I had lots of fun. I still have lots of fun. I just don't destroy, you know.
Yeah,
so
it sounds like, Seth, you never had some good old Southern moonshine.
Yeah.
Listen, I've had some good old Southern moonshine. You know what I'm saying?
When had you ever had any Southern moonshine?
When I was at my parents', it wasn't Southern, but it was moonshine. Well, it is Southern because it's Southern Denmark. You know.
Okay, but it's all right.
Oh my God, it doesn't count.
So. Anyway, so we got a clip here where she talks about back in the day when she was doing all of her meth and stuff and drugs. And this was kind of interesting. She really kind of gets giddy about it, which kind of confusing.
Excited.
So, yeah.
Why do you think that's confusing?
It's confusing because if you allegedly took $100,000 that you raised to quote, go after the law enforcement for violating your civil rights, and allegedly blew it all on drugs, and you then had to go to rehab because of the addiction, it would be kind of strange to me that you would be like almost giddy wanting to go back and be that part of your life, bring it back up active again. It's kind of weird to me.
Okay, yeah, well, you've obviously never been addicted to drugs.
Can I say
no?
I don't
I
know
haven't.
that. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm every single day is a fight for my life, people. I miss it so much.
Okay, but all right, and I get that, right? The physical addiction to the like when I smoked for years and years and years. When I quit smoking, there was a definitive, physical addiction, and I had to, and even to this day, there's times where I still want to light up a cigarette, right? Mm-hmm. And so I understand there's there's a chemical physical addiction there, but I don't want to go back to it because I know that it's
No,
not
but
healthy.
there's also the good times. There's the good times,
Nah, people, you gotta join the vape. You gotta join the vape gang. Vape
No.
nation, like the rest of us.
Every single time, this public knowledge.
Yeah.
Joey Westside was very addicted to cocaine. Okay.
Yeah.
Every single time me and Joey are in a call for an extended amount of time, we'll reminisce and we'll be like, "Holy fuck, I could go for some cocaine. I miss that shit." And that's just because it's always a good time when you do it. It's not just like the physical addiction. It's the feeling of hanging out with your friends and like having fun and getting all riled up. That's what you miss.
But can you not hang out with friends and not have that as part of it and still have fun and still do fun things?
Yeah, but it's not the same because you don't feel the same euphoria. It's all of it mixed.
Well, it sounds like you might be a toxic friend.
I think I'm gonna just have to I guess disagree with you on that one because
No, people. You have to say the phrase so that everyone who's waiting for it can take a drink. Okay. At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, Seth, we're just going to agree to disagree, my dog, because that's a yikes for me.
That's right, everybody. There's the phrase. Okay, well, take a hit. Take a shot.
As someone who's been addicted to multiple drugs and also still is very addicted to cigarettes, okay, it's so different.
Yeah,
like it's harder to beat cigarette addiction. I'll actually be completely honest, but because I smoke all the time, I don't have that association with the good times.
Yeah,
like when you were happier, you're always gonna look at that in like a better light.
But I don't. I don't look back in the.
But you don't look at the smoking as the good thing, right?
I don't look at. Okay, yeah, but I don't. Okay, I'll put it like this. There was a time in my life where I was out every weekend, partying, drinking, smoking, living the high life, as you call it, right? And at the time, I thought it was great. I thought I was doing the good stuff. I was like having all these great things, right? And now I look back at it, and I look back at it with remorsefulness, not like wanting to do it. I don't look at it that way at all.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you're a better man than every.
No. I don't think it's that at all. I'm just saying, I'm
sorry that you're better than us. Okay?
No, I'm not better than nobody, Seth.
I'm sorry.
I'm
sorry, I can't be like you.
I don't mean to come away from it or making you feel like you're a lesser person. That's not my intent either. I'm just saying I look at that.
I'm sorry, I can't be you.
Really, Seth? Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh, Jesus Christ! All right. Well, anyway, let's listen to her what she says about it.
Zan, having sex while you're on meth fucking slaps, and having sex when you're on weed is like two slugs fucking.
I've never done meth.
Zan?
I mean, I could comment on one of those things.
Which one, Nerdy? The slug or the slaps?
I'm just saying. I think she probably had a bad experience with the weed. It wasn't that bad for me.
Okay,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Nerdy acting like he's had sex. That's funny. But
remember, you don't earn the moniker of selfish lover for nothing. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna just say it right now. Okay. Yeah. Obviously, sex on meth is going to be better because you just get like double the fucking oxytocin and serotonin and everything.
All right. So this was kind of brought up earlier. We'll get into this a little bit. It says, so Matt Pitt tweets out, says,
"Let's be real." It's Matt Pitt.
Of course it is. Let's be real, Tipster.
It's always Matt Pitt.
If it didn't make you feel uncomfortable, you were afraid of Tiny Dancer flipping on you and making accusations, so you sent it to Hannibal the Collector, whatever, as an optic check, so that when the day came when she flipped on you, you could use Hannah as an out. And and he's talking about this here. He says, I can 100% own the criticism that I should not have sent the picture in question to Hannah, even if it did make me feel uncomfortable. But to misrepresent the situation to try to slander my name is blatantly dishonest, and I expect better from you, Aiko. So,
well, also too, you know, maybe the image shouldn't have been sent to him, a married man, in the first place. But that's just me.
Okay, fine. But here's the thing. What type of relationship had Tipster established with Tiny Dancer to make her feel comfortable in sending that type of picture to him?
That is an interesting question.
I mean, okay, so as someone like, I can't imagine that Tiny Dancer is someone who just sends everyone pictures, right?
Yeah.
Like, there are people that do that, but has she
she
done
sent
this?
pictures to the last guy she was in drama with.
Yeah.
Tipster
Right?
covered it.
Like, regardless of any of that, though, like, my big issue is with him sharing it with Hannah Animal, period, which I believe is also Tiny's big issue with it.
Yeah.
Like, all of this could have been, he could have done the same thing without sharing the photo. I really feel like, I know it isn't, because that's a different thing, but it feels like revenge porn. Like, why are you doing that? It feels...
Yeah, there's no reason to send the picture if it really did make...
Well,
like,
if it made you uncomfortable...
I wouldn't say it's revenge. It's not revenge porn because it was meant to be a promo image for her OnlyFans. So it's like...
Yeah, but
it's like a piece of her monetary.
Did it go public? Was it a public image or not at the time?
No, it was not.
No, it wasn't.
No. So here's my thing, right? Like, I have, boy, this is gonna be clipped all out of hell and back again. I have conversations with different women throughout this community, right?
There it is. Clip it right there. He has conversations with different women throughout this community.
You disgust me, people.
Yes,
he's
I understand.
admitted it to our face,
publicly and privately. But guess what? And this is not giving you permission. No one has ever sent me any type of anything that was inappropriate ever. Right?
Don't you lie, people.
No, I'm serious. And don't send me nothing either. But I'm just saying. Oh
God, you just opened the floodgates.
Probably so. I'm about to close my damn DMs. I'm just saying.
Honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's the facade I kind of put on, but I have gotten just like random pictures from women without asking for them. Yeah. It's just, to me, it seems unlikely that a woman who isn't known for it would do it.
But so here's the thing, though, right? The key point you said there, you put forth this character, right, where you're always in these girls' DMs, and that you're out here building this collection of women that you're trying to come up with a label for, right? That's not who I am, and that's not what I'm not in Discord calls to all hours of the morning talking to girls. I don't get in there and try to use Discord calls as therapy. And I don't get in there and try to solve problems of, I'm going to be honest with you, any person, male or female, that comes into my DMs and starts wanting me to try to solve emotional problems, I'm going to tell you real quick, I can't help you. Go get a therapist. I'm not that person, because I cannot and will not engage in those conversations. That's just not who I am. And so I think it goes back to the reputation or the persona that Tipster put out, right? Because he was all the time talking about his goth mommies and his
he was acting like he was an LA pimp. Like the image that Tipster so desperately wants to portray is him being the hardcore LA gangster who can do and get whatever he wants.
Look at the shirt.
And so the women are like part of that.
This is a Tipster shirt that I got from his merch store. He says, I heart goth mommies, right? So, I mean, Tipster was seeking out that. I mean, he went, so, anyway, I don't know, but I
think his B-Day stream, he was promoting all the goth mommies who had OnlyFans. Are you serious? Jesus.
Okay. All right. Well,
I understand helping out the homies, but
yeah, so here's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and say anybody that is in that industry, there's nothing wrong with it. If that's what you want to do, and you've got people that support you in that way, more power to you. I'm not right. Even like people like who I have I have great fondness for. Some Bunny, Bunny loves you. I love her energy. I love, she's got a great personality.
She's a great entertainer.
She's a wonderful entertainer. But guess what? I'm not going, and I have her muted on Twitter because I don't want to see, when she's advertising.
It's too bad too, because.
Yeah,
it's too bad too, because sometimes she has a good point on the drama, and sometimes I don't see it straight away. But
exactly.
It also saves me from seeing a certain pic while I'm at work.
Exactly. So I mean, that's
Hold on, how are you guys seeing pics like that? Because when I scroll and it's a certain kind of image on Bunny's thing, it just says content is whatever. I don't see it, so I don't have to have Bunny muted.
It's a filter in the settings. Where it's like show.
Yeah, and I went in there and looked.
So just do that.
I went in there and tried to do that on mine, but I couldn't get it to work right. So I just said mute. I tried that because I would have preferred not to have her muted so I could see when because she does a lot of stuff outside.
Unlike these bastards, I got notifications for Bunny and everything.
Of course you do.
Of my life. Do. Actually, she's not, because she's Maggot's wife, but I respect her.
Yeah, I was about to say Maggot's gonna fight you for her.
Yeah.
That's true. Bunny has good points, and I've only ever seen her ass when I've wanted to, so I appreciate that.
All I'm going to say is I had some more lined up to get into the whole, because they kind of started getting into Aiko, and there's some back and forth between Keffals and Aiko, but we've got another story that I want to kind of to dive into a little bit today as well, and we've been talking about this for about an hour, so this Aiko stuff I feel like would take us another 30 minutes or better. And so I don't want to, but just the TLDR on this is basically,
Tipster's a hypocrite.
Tipster's a hypocrite, and he lied to Aiko. And, Aiko, her personality and the way she does things, now that he broke his word to her, she's doing deep dives, and she is going into a lot of stuff. And I just knowing how, after what she did and everything with Edwin, I don't think it's going to bode well for Tipster.
I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a good one.
Aiko,
the hypocrite.
Remember, okay, remember, okay, it was okay when she was doing this to Edwin, okay? Here's my thing, right? I've always consistently said it's a little unhinged what Aiko does to the people she covers. But Tipster was all for it when it was just Edwin that she was obsessively going after. Now that it's him, suddenly it's harassment.
One last little thing here that I think this really kind of set off Aiko was this. This was talking about the photo in question. We were talking about, this is referring back to Tiny Dancer. Aiko says, "This was not a public photo. You're a liar. I'm going to make sure everyone knows it." So,
yep. Aiko is actually going to fucking destroy this man.
Yep. 100%. 100%.
Also, I'd like to disagree with Chad. I will make fun of wives. That's hilarious.
Why?
What if Tipster should make a podcast with iDubbbz? That would be just
Jesus.
Like the explosion.
That's just one. That's gonna be one. That's gonna be one circle jerk of like, we were so evil, we were so mean, we're so sorry,
we were so wrong. Then everyone took our apologies incorrect. But because if he went to iDubbbz and said my community is turning against me, all because I was throwing my support behind the trans community, they couldn't accept that I changed, just like your community couldn't. Listen, it's like. You know what I mean?
And then Diva's in the background, like yelling at both of them, like
Liana,
you preach.
Liana wants to come in.
Yeah. Okay.
See that? Yeah.
All right. So, Liana, you said you wanted to talk to Gigi, so there you go.
Hi, Gigi.
What's happening?
You got the floor, Liana.
Good. How are you?
I'm in trouble, Gigi.
I'm in trouble.
You're in a lot of trouble.
Okay. No, what's happening?
I'm trying to play matchmaker with you, and you didn't even tell me you weren't in a relationship. How am I going to hook you up if I don't know these things?
How could you lie to her?
Be quiet,
How could
Nerdy.
you do this to me?
Let the girls talk here, Nerdy. I want to hear this.
Can I just say, first of all, Liana, you've outed yourself as not having heard the beginning of this episode where I seem to have said my rose is that today's my anniversary with my boyfriend.
No, but that's what she's saying. She thought you were single and she was trying to set you up.
Yeah,
I see that. And I apologize. Can I say though,
you wasted Liana's time, Gigi.
Okay, but let me make up for it right now.
There's no making up for this. Do you have any idea how important Liana's time is?
Yeah, it's so important. I messaged Gigi out of nowhere. I'm like, I'm hooking you up. And she's like, ooh, I love checking out boys. And I send her someone.
Yes.
And she's like, nah, I'm taken. I'm like, oh, is it because you don't like him?
No. Listen, can I say one of my other roses of this week was actually that Liana felt I was acting sus and she called me out on it immediately. She was
I
like,
sent you an angry face.
She did. She was like, I was very impressed. But yes, listen, what I said to her was, I can oogle, I can look with my eyes, I can see things. That's allowed, I feel. But no, I'm very taken, very content.
I do have a question for you. I have a question for you, Gigi. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hot was the guy I sent you?
Listen, I feel like I've learned from Peepaw that
there's
no answer that I can give here that it would be respectful to my partner. So I have to
whatever. You know what? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. If the bullying continues on this podcast, I'm leaving.
Are you gonna send your flying monkeys?
No,
I do have to get ready for work. I've got to go. I love you all. Bye, Gigi. I'm happy for you.
Bye, Liana. Thank you for going in, honey. All right. What do you mean you're learning from me? What does that mean? Don't listen to me. I've done everything wrong in this life. No.
I will say, listen, you've been married for a while. It seems somehow you're having more sex than all of us in the community combined. Did you guys hear this man when he explained to us that he has sex every day? Do y'all believe him? Listen, I want to see ones in the chat if you believe him, and anything else if you don't, because I don't believe him. Listen, I'm way younger than people, and I'm tired. Okay?
I'm sorry.
We have to remember,
if you're married,
the
you're
only
not
person
having sex every day.
That's what I'm saying.
The only person we know that has video proof that they are not a virgin is Bunk.
Okay, well, Peepaw has sons. I don't know.
Yeah, that's pretty decent proof.
Oh,
I think that's.
Well, do we know? Do we know if they're adopted?
No, they ain't adopted.
They look like him.
Yeah.
They do look like him. Yeah.
I've shown pictures of him. I can't deny.
I am sorry, Nerdy, but there's proof he's had sex. There's no way he's having it every day.
Yeah, that's my contention too. Every day, man.
Every day.
I'm happy on weeks where I brush my teeth every day. That's a lot. That's a joke, people. Don't come for me, okay?
All right. So Gigi said that she wants to talk about this latest development with Colleen Ballinger, Vanity Fair, Adam McIntyre, and tying it all up in a neat little bow is the one and only H3H3. Right?
Yep.
Okay. And you sent me a clip. This is a YouTube clip where one of our community members gets mentioned, and I think kind of called out a little bit, right? I mean, he kind of calls her out a little bit, does he not?
He does, actually. I was surprised. I'm like, ooh, this is why Twitter is dangerous, people. You always think I'm just tweeting into the void, and then all of a sudden you are not.
No. So. All right. So this here is Adam McIntyre. Of course, just in case you don't know, he recently has been going to battle back and forth with Colleen Ballinger about how he was treated back several years ago and stuff. there was an article that was recently released in Vanity Fair that was written by this person, and we're coming in on this video here where he's talking a little bit about this and about the article, and he talks about Pizzle Pop, the one and only Jessica Pizzle. So let's listen to what happens here.
This is how I found out about it, on his public Instagram. So then I repost this, and I'm like, okay, so this is the only way we can contact you, because he doesn't have Twitter. And then he turned off all his comments. So there was a post from ages ago that had the comments on. So I reshared it and was like, so can we comment on this one if you're now running and hiding after bombarding me with these posts and putting it on your story as well? And turned them ones off and then went private. On Twitter, let me show you. I want to address something first and foremost. On Twitter, Jessica Pizzle said...
Oh no, Pizzle. Pizzle, darling. Here we go.
The following, quoting me, saying that I was so upset whenever I got all the harassment from Colleen. And they go, remember that, Adam? So why are you doing the exact same thing? He is a man who wrote a bad article. He isn't Colleen. Your fans are acting like this. His whole life should be destroyed over it. This is gross. I hope you tell your fans to back off. They're doing too much and going too far. So... And it's of me tweeting that his Instagram went private because of the backlash from him going private or public on Vanity Fair slandering me. So this person goes on to say, he directed his fans to go to his Instagram. By the way, public Instagram was tagged along with his public page. Nothing wrong with that. This is ridiculous to me. And if you're going to direct them to do that and take it too far, I feel a disavow is the least one can do. You can't control your fans, but he did control them to go harass this guy. Now, let me say something first and foremost. If you have the audacity to write a slander piece on me that literally, like, it is trying to ruin my entire reputation, right? And you are public on social media, your social medias are linked to your journalist page and stuff like that, you're publishing the article on Vanity Fair, it's fair game.
So, is there truth to that? Is it fair game? Can he do what he was accused of doing? Can he... I didn't see where he was directing his... All right, so I'll just... What are your thoughts on this, Gigi? You kind of brought this, so what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's interesting, and I'll say that I'm a little bit of two minds in that. I don't know that in his position I would direct people to an Instagram page just because I feel that calling the community to do anything can sometimes be a hornet's nest, and you maybe just wanted him to get a slap on the wrist and then he ends up getting like set on fire kind of a thing. So I'd rather not risk that. But I also can understand someone making a different choice, particularly in the case where it wasn't a personal Instagram. It was tied to his his public persona as a writer. He was tied to this article. This article is in Vanity Fair. Like, that's not a big deal. Like, even just the fact that they're making it seem that way in a publication like Vanity Fair, which, even though you can argue about the merits of like print media and that, is like just the name. It has a name. When was the last time anyone here picked up a Vanity Fair? Probably never, right? But the name gives it like, it makes it more real, or it makes it seem more justified. Like, yeah, now it seems like Colleen is being just like slandered by some kid when that's not what it is at all, right? So I feel like he did write a slander piece, and Adam does have a right to do what he did. Would I do it? Probably not, but maybe I'm a pussy, right? Like, and Adam isn't, right? He's also doing the legal route. Like, he said, take this down or I'll sue you, and it seems like he's pursuing the legal route. So what else is there really to, it's not like he's, yeah. And so I don't agree with Jessica Pizzle being like, you're controlling your fans. Like, okay, like, I think he this guy used his platform of the magazine, and Adam's using his platform of Twitter and YouTube. Like, that, it does seem like fair game to me. I don't see her point, I guess. I don't think it's the same.
Okay, I in those tweets and stuff that were sourced there as information. I remember seeing these tweets by Jessica as well. I didn't see at any time, and if I'm wrong on this, I will totally backtrack what I'm fixing to say and correct this statement at a later date and time. I didn't ever see Adam say, "Hey, go bombard this guy." On his Instagram, nothing. He shared the guy's Instagram out on his Twitter. He says that the guy doesn't even have a Twitter, right? Just because, like, for example, if I retweet or if I like a tweet or if I share a newspaper article or if I share a YouTube video, am I highlighting it? Yes. Am I bringing attention to it and awareness to it? Yes. Occasionally I'll tell people to go out and say, hey, support this video, support this creator, whatever. I do that. I send support. But I don't think I've ever went out and told anyone ever to like inundate or to bomb or to do anything like that. I think that's wrong. That doesn't mean that I won't post a link to a YouTube video or something like that and talk trash about it. That's what we're doing here essentially, right? And criticizing, critiquing what things are being said. I think in this situation, I didn't see where Adam did anything wrong other than say, and he points out in this video that, the guy was blocking Adam at every turn when he's sitting there saying, hey, you wrote this article about me. I don't agree with this article. And like you said, he told him, he told the magazine, take this down. And I don't know if it's still up or not, but anyway, so I think Pizzle may have been a little bit reaching a little bit, because I think later on it also came out and said or showed that when the guy made his original Instagram post about it, he actually tagged Adam McIntyre in that Instagram post, which brought his attention to it. So it's like the guy was asking for it, and then when he got it, he's like, oh shit, I can't handle this smoke, and kind of tucked tail and ran. So anyway, so that's kind of a thing that, as far as that, one of our locals, I guess, Pizzle, kind of stepping into the hornet's nest or whatever. But that wasn't all. This is also in regards to the Vanity Fair article. And this is coming from a tweet by Van Luke. Now, Van Luke and Paige Christie, aka Petty Page, are not on the best of terms. And she says, and we all know who that one person is. H3H Productions doesn't want to say the name for obvious reasons, but thanks a lot, Paige Christie. I particularly blame you for this article on Adam McIntyre. And then this here was a clip from the H3H3 podcast.
We dare.
We dare. So I have pulled, yes. So this article uses coercive and misleading verbiage.
Wow.
For example, when stating Colleen's offenses, they say buried into, like sandwiched in a sentence. Ballinger would be accused of everything from performing a Beyonce song in blackface to texting a sex worker's nudes to a minor. Ballinger's legal team has denied that she performed in blackface, saying she was wearing green face paint for a prior cover of a song from Wicked.
Exactly.
And that's all
what
they
we
have
knew,
to say.
Exactly what we knew was going to happen when that one person had to create this dumb rumor that was just going to give her an out to be like, look at this shit, totally fabricated.
Like
and
to
not
use syntax to like totally deflect.
So lame that that the person who put that out there did that.
Insane.
But yeah,
you don't want to call her out because she's a black woman.
You think that's what it is?
Oh, if it was let's say like for some reason it was someone like Keemstar, if Keemstar, Augie, or Nick.
Well, he has a thing with Keemstar, so.
Well, no, but like, but you get what I mean. Like, if it's anyone he had prior beef with, and had the skin tone that Nick and Augie do, right? He would have totally called them out. I think he didn't want to mention Petty Page, because he didn't want to be accused of being racist.
Maybe. I think it was maybe more about the clout or whatever associated with him actually like saying her name or whatever. You could be right.
Yeah, well, let's listen to what the rest of this clip says.
That's all they're going to mention, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
Another interesting passage. When reached for comment, Ballinger's lawyer replied in an email that Vanity Fair. Wait, I lost it. The Vanity Fair's inquiries were simply a regurgitation of the baseless and unsubstantiated claims that other media outlets and individuals on social media have reported previously.
So they're saying that the accusers.
Yeah, they're saying that things that Colleen has been accused of are baseless and unsubstantiated.
We dare.
Baseless and unsubstantiated. And of course, the one thing they're talking about in there was, the person that was sent to minors, the quote sex worker. Of course, everybody knows who that was. That was Trisha Paytas, right? So, I don't know. I mean, something tells me this is all probably going to wind up in the court system, or whatever.
Oh no! You think they'll have to give? You think Paige will have to go on like the Zoom call and to give her statement on the matter?
All I know is that Paige was the first person that I saw out there talking about it. She may not have been the first one, but she was the first one that I did see out there tweeting about, saying that it was blackface. And when others came in and challenged and said, no, it's green, she argued with them to the nth degree. Saying she didn't want to hear about being lighting, that she didn't want to hear about, it was, pixelated, whatever. But then whenever the lawyers came in and put out a statement saying that, no, it was green paint from the scene she had done previously from a segment of the Wicked musical, all of a sudden Paige changed her tune and she, kind of backed off of it. But so anyway, I don't know.
I kind of wish she'd done blackface. That would have been funny.
You think so?
It would have made the set funnier, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my issue with it is the same issue that I had from the beginning, which is that firstly, I don't know why we needed her to be racist on top of everything. I think the allegations were bad enough.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't give a shit about the allegations or anything. I think the worst thing about her is that she's so incredibly unfunny. Her whole shtick is that she has too much fucking lipstick on and she makes funny faces. That's the point.
All right, we have to several things. One, her whole shtick was she was supposed to be this girl who was being sexually abused by her uncle. There's that was the premise of her whole character.
Yeah, but the shtick, the actual jokes in that is that she's kind of weird. She has some lipsticks and she talks funny and she has a funny face. Who gives a shit? Kill yourself, woman.
Yes, I get that, right? But I'm kind of like Gigi. There was enough out there, everything from the sending the nudes to minors to the
I can excuse that. I can't excuse being unfunny.
The having the illicit types of conversations again with minors. There was plenty of stuff.
The real villain in all of this is, people.
Who's the real villain in all this?
Cody Rants for being a 30-year-old woman who was into this kind of humor. Okay.
No. Do you remember Cody Rants made the rape fan fiction?
Yeah,
had minors in it.
It does not matter. She was into fucking 5-year-old humor when she was 30, dude. There's something wrong with that woman.
And it wasn't even funny humor. Like Seth said, it was not funny.
It is legitimately 5-year-old humor. It's kids who are learning to read expressions. So
that's why she blew up, because she was basically the female version of Fred. That's all it was.
Yeah. So that is the real villain in this whole thing.
I don't know. I mean, it's like this. I'm kind of, again, we did not need her to be racist on top of everything else. I don't know why that was such a pushed hard narrative when there was all this other stuff out there. To me, and again, racism bad, right? But in comparison to sending nudes to kids, having at least illicit conversation with kids, to me that is a lot more scarring, I think, than potentially possibly which she wasn't doing, which was this blackface Beyonce. I don't know. I mean, to me, we need to get a line of, what is the measuring stick? Okay, so this is, but this is not, and this. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
yeah, it's weird. I'm really upset that this article is still trying to discredit. It's just like there's so much evidence. Yeah, there's so much evidence, and I watched more of that Adam McIntyre video where he goes into how like that article got nothing correct, and it's like, dude, this is gonna be like Vanity Fair is gonna really regret this, and it's because publication old media somehow still underestimates the internet. Like, they're sitting there like, oh, this will blow over, and it's like, dude. Really? Okay. It's not like you're dying, but sure. If this is how you want your company to go under, on a grooming situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
sure, Vanity Fair, do your deal.
I'm kind of wondering, since Paige was called out here on this H3H3 podcast like this, even though he didn't specifically mention her name or anything, everybody knows who they were talking about. Is she going to call him out on a tweet like she did me?
I mean, she's already called him out plenty of times. I mean, she did not like his.
One person that she could completely destroy in a debate, and that's Ethan Klein.
Yeah.
He makes all Jewish people look really bad.
Does she?
I ain't even gonna lie.
All right, so
he's like the bane to our existence.
All right.
Oh my God.
So we got another caller here. Spectre, how you doing today, bud? What do you got for us?
Hello.
What did you just call him?
Spectre.
Can't hear anybody.
Hello.
It's not Spectre.
Who is that?
That's Shadow Humor.
Shadow Humor.
Okay.
How can you get those two confused?
How do you
Seriously?
Well, okay, so Discord cuts off everybody's names. How the hell am I
hear
supposed
anybody? I don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, I love Shadow Humor.
All right, we'll go figure it out.
Fucking stupid.
I'll go figure it out then. I ain't got time for it. All right. I don't have anything else to talk about, guys. Anything you want to talk about? Or are we done for today?
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
We're done?
I'm my
we're done.
Okay. All right. Well, on that note, I guess we will call it a day. Thanks for Nerdy John for guesting, coming in. Thanks to Seth and Gigi. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning with a Coffee with Peepaw. We'll be back here Thursday evening for our Thursday night show. Don't know what we'll talk about. I don't have any ideas, so we'll see.
Talk about how much I love women.
We
That's
do that.
A good topic.
We do that every show, though, Seth.
How about a whole show where I just mention all the women I love?
We don't have enough time for all that.
That's true.
We can do like a 3-hour stream.
No, we can't.
Oh, that was a good one.
All right. And on that note, guys, remember, keep your powder dry, and we'll look for you in the funny papers.
Let's go.